Good morning and welcome to the wonderful world of Des Moines. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello.
Hello?
The first thing that I'd like to... So today I got a little shock. I was on Facebook and I always look at the Universal Annual Pass Holder page, and I'm glad I did because I was not aware that Universal Studios in Orlando had changed their disability access
Pass or
system. I'm just like, what you have to do to get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for the word and I can't think of it right now. But they changed the way you get it. Previously, it's changed a couple of times over the years. But the last few times we've been there, you go to guest services and they take down some information about you. They ask you a few questions about Craig, and then they give you a pass. There were 2 passes. One of them basically sent you through the express line, which would be fine for some people, but for Craig, the express line, often it's a half an hour, sometimes more if it's really busy. And we tried that, and when we rode Hagrid's, it was over 30 minutes, and that was getting pretty difficult for Craig. And I'm always aware that if Craig gets too agitated, that he would have a meltdown.
Yep.
So we try to not get in those situations, especially in a packed area like that. So we were able to get a gold pass, which you don't actually have to wait in the line with the people. They take you through a different entrance and escort you to the ride.
Yeah, what they do is the person that is out front that is making sure the people that are going into it's not fast pass for them.
It's express.
Express is the people that are going through express. Make sure they have an express pass. Well, you show that pass to them, and then they call and get, if there isn't 2 people standing there. A lot of times, if you'll notice, there's always a couple people standing there. If there's not, they'll call and get somebody else, and then you can finish it up.
When we first started getting passes for Craig, we did get a doctor's note. And
well, no, you didn't finish it out, that part of it, I guess. Then they'll walk you through.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then they walk you to the ride entrance.
Yeah, basically they'll take you through the
exit, I think.
Or if
just depends on the ride. If
there's another route up through the fast pass express line, they'll do that. But basically, they cut it down to almost nothing as far as getting up to the front.
Right.
You know, and that to regular people, that's very coveted. But to Craig, it's like a lifeline.
It's necessary
that they throw to him. I mean, if we had to wait in regular lines, Craig would do 2 rides. That would be it for the day.
If it was busy.
Yeah.
He can do like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But once it gets past 15 minutes, it starts
but Universal,
getting
a lot of their
dicey.
queues are outside.
Yeah.
And even a lot of times at 15 minutes,
yeah, hot.
He is grabbing on me, and you know, and at the very least, he's starting to draw attention to himself. You know, and as parents, we try to avoid that. I mean, it's okay if people know Craig's autistic, but to just start to throw a fit and start wailing and everything, we try to avoid that if at all possible. Because it's other people's vacations too.
Right. We don't want to disturb the other people either. Yeah. And but in the past, at first, when we first started going to Florida, we took a doctor's note with us. And I think they looked at that the first time. And then after that, they said that they weren't allowed to ask for a doctor's note. So,
and they even told us that at Disney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both parks.
The Disney people said they can't. And I'm not sure when they said that. You think about it, it could have been one or two ways. It could have been they can't because of a legal issue,
I thought
or
it was
they
a legal
can't
issue.
because it's a policy of Disney, because they were the ones that told us first to trust their guests.
Well, it was the same with Universal too.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
never, they would actually say, I can't look at that. I remember that. So, but now they've changed it. And so before you go, you need to go online. And if you just Google Universal Disability Pass, it'll bring up the Universal Studio site and tell you about it, and then take you to a link to pre-register. Basically, this is a pre-registration. And it's called, I don't know what these letters stand for, but it's the IBCCES Individual Accessibility Card is now required. So when you follow the link, you'll have to create a password and put your email in. And then it asks for some information. It basically asks for the name of the guest needing assistance, and I haven't got through it all because I don't have one piece of information, but I had to put in my name and address too. I had to upload a picture of Craig, and you can either get that from the files on your phone, or there's a camera option to just take the picture right there. And then you need a signed document from a doctor or a therapist, it says, or a government agency. So I'm guessing that our caseworker can sign that for me, because she's worked with Craig as probably more than the doctor has. So I've asked her, and she's agreed to do that. But once you get that, you have to upload it to that site, and then they go through a process of approval, which they say takes a couple of days, and then they contact you. Well, Universal Studios is supposed to call you and talk about what accommodations you need. So I'm kind of in a time crunch because our vacation is less than...
Yeah, do you have your phone where it, unknown callers, it rings?
Yeah, I need to go back and look at that.
Sure.
Hey, dogs are being naughty.
That was a granddaughter that were fighting. They always growl at each other.
So that's where we're at right now. We already had a scheduled meeting with our social worker on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So she should be here, and I can get that and upload it. Our doctor, unfortunately, is on maternity leave, so I suppose someone else who's filling in for her could also write a letter if we need that.
Yeah, because they'd be able to look at Craig's files and understand.
Right.
Oh, he's autistic, and I'm sure they've got notes about his levels and everything.
But something I wanted to let everyone be aware of, because these dogs.
Excuse me.
They always have to show off. But I totally would not have known this if I hadn't seen that post on Facebook. So I wanted to let everyone know, if you're planning a trip to Universal Studios, you will need to get some kind of documentation from your doctor or a caseworker or a therapist or someone that can vouch for you that indeed your child has this disability, or you have this disability, and you will need these services. I will let you know how that goes, and I can't imagine they're going to ever refuse Craig those services. Usually when we go in to get it, they can tell right away that Craig has autism. There's no doubt about that. I was in line with some people the last time that clearly, the line was outside the door, so I had to spend some time outside with them, and they were two gentlemen, and it was clear that they did not have a disability, and they were just trying to get that access card so they didn't have to buy Express. And I don't take that judgment lightly. They were laughing about it, and...
Excuse me, now I've got a cat over on the table that appears to be eating something. I gotta make sure it's not a document.
These animals are out of control. But that's the reason why they're doing this, because I'm sure that they have a lot of people taking advantage of the system right now. And at this point, when they didn't require documentation. There was really nothing they could do about it. They just had to grant that to anyone who asked. And I know that's why both parks have made changes over the years, is because of that issue.
And that's why even early on, we had decided we went above and beyond, and made sure we had a doctor's note.
We did, even after they didn't require it.
We don't have any problem with this part of it whatsoever. It's just, wow, how.
Yeah, I want
Nancy
people to
wouldn't have saw
know. Yeah, I don't.
They probably. My guess is this is a new program. Hasn't been going very long.
It started July 23rd.
Yeah, and I'm sure that people are going to still get through. We probably would have to. My guess is this is going to really speed it up for us, where we go and we just basically we got one line. We just go and get our pass to go in.
I've seen some complaints that people had to wait a long time. However, this was Labor Day weekend and also Halloween Horror Nights, so I'm sure that Universal is slammed right now in all areas, so that's probably why. And a lot of people were defending that. And it's a new system, so they've got a lot of things to work out.
Yeah, and the great thing is if we're pre-approved and everything, we don't have to worry about trying to make sure Craig goes in. Nancy can go through and get his pass, and I can keep him outside. We can go over and catch some air conditioning. I think the photo pass thing is not very far from there. The restrooms are there. We can.
They probably will still need to see him.
Yeah, but even so, you could just text me and say, okay, it's time for Craig to come in.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it just, I've got faith it's going to work out.
Oh, yeah. It's really good that we found out before, because these are the things that can be very upsetting to Craig, so.
If, you're going at Christmas or something like that, and we're actually making another trip at Christmas time. So we have to make sure, if we have to get another one, we'll have to ask them when we get down there. Does our information stay in your bag?
Yeah, I heard.
That's what I'm hoping.
I saw one person say that you were registered for life, but your access pass is only good for 2 weeks. You'll have to get a new one every time. Yeah. But what is true, I'm not sure, because you just.
We'll know in a couple weeks.
We haven't went through it yet, but yes, I will let you know. We'll document as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to want us filming them while we're going through it. Right. But we can sure talk about it when it's fresh on our mind afterwards.
Yeah. I guess, and that covers that.
Yep.
If you have any questions about it, you can go to the Universal website under the Disability Pass and find all the information. I was going to answer one of our questions we got today. This is just kind of a fun one. They asked, what is your favorite childhood memory? And it's hard to choose from. I mean, I have more than one.
When we were kids?
Yeah, when we were kids.
That's loaded.
Well, I've had a time to think about it, and I
have 3 seconds to think about it.
Well, go ahead and think while I'm talking. One of my best memories was always the 4th of July. There was a little town. Well, there still is a little town near Knoxville, a very little town called Bussy, that had a big 4th of July celebration. And at least to me as a kid, it seemed huge. They had a carnival and rides, and I think they had rides. I remember the carnival.
Rides.
Okay.
Yeah,
I loved the carnival games, and
it was basically as big as our county fair.
Okay.
A little bit, maybe a couple rides less or something, since it was only for 2 days.
And there was a parade, and a clown took my purse one time, but he was joking. It was just a lot of fun, because all of our cousins would go, and so you'd meet up with them and do things. And then my mom always brought a picnic lunch in the trunk of the car, which was potato salad and fried chicken. I'm not sure what else. I remember the potato salad and fried chicken.
They'd chew you out for that now, wouldn't they? Oh, potato salad, you can only be out X minutes, outside the refrigerator, and
it was the best. I loved that room temperature potato salad and fried chicken. It was so good.
Well, German potato salad's warm, so.
Well, it wasn't German potato salad, but my mom probably had something cold in there. I don't know. I don't remember that really. But that's a great memory. And then after we were done there, we would go to my cousin's house, and one of my cousins who had pretty severe mental disabilities. It was her birthday on the 4th of July. So we always had a big birthday party for her on the 4th of July, and there were fireworks, and that was the only time I ever saw fireworks. My uncle would go and get fireworks and shoot them off, and all my cousins were there, and just that whole day was always so much fun. Almost as good as Christmas and Halloween, probably better because it lasted all day. So I think that's my best childhood memory, or one of the top 10.
Oh, well, I mean, you mentioned fireworks. Some of my favorite memories involve fireworks. I would, even as a little kid, I saved up, and when I'm talking little, we were born and raised in the heartland. We weren't afraid of fireworks, all right?
I was. Boys aren't.
Here, 5. I can hear Nancy talk. I can see everything. Fireworks didn't hurt me at all. So I think I was saving up and buying my own fireworks. Oh my gosh. As young as 7, maybe a little bit younger, honestly. It could be I was picking stuff out from like allowance money, but then Dad would light it maybe. But yeah, so yeah, going down with my dad. Fireworks were illegal in Iowa, so we would drive down into Missouri and pick the stuff out. Just the trip down and the trip back. As we got older, we always stopped at someplace, and would have lunch. And sometimes my brother would go as we got a little bit older, and that was fun. And a couple years, he took his son, and I took Bennett along with us, and then went and ate. Now, that's good memories to have. But probably from my childhood, when I always think of childhood, I think of childhood kind of stops at 12, maybe. My dad was a charter stockholder in Adventureland, and Adventureland is just a small theme park here in Des Moines.
We've been there. We have video.
Oh yeah, we've had video from there and everything. And it's since then it's been sold off, and now it's owned by the company that owns Kennywood and some other ones. So, and that's really a blessing for it right now, because they're really putting a lot of money into the place that hadn't for a while. But when it was independent, or when it was originally owned, it was actually a publicly traded stock. It was on NASDAQ, and when NASDAQ was really small. But so Dad had bought some. He had heard about it, and he put money in an envelope, a check, and sent off and got that. Well, the biggest perk that came with owning stock is they had a stockholders day every year. And what happened was they would close the park down for the stockholders meeting, which was going to be held in the hotel that was there. And then at a certain time, it was a little bit later, I think it was like 11 o'clock instead of like 9 or 10, the families could go in to Adventureland. And you could, because it was just like a Disney park. You pay to get in, all the rides are included. So the very first one of those was during the week. So Mom and Dad actually took us kids out of school. We went up to Adventureland, and when we walked in, Mom and Dad dropped us off because we got there just about as it was ready to open. And they drove over, and they were going to go to the stock. Dad wanted to see the stockholders thing, and so did Mom. And then there was a little trolley that would bring you over, and they were going to just take that back. But us kids were old enough. I mean, I was in 6th grade, and so they dropped us off. We went up to the gate and kind of looked around, because there was like 0 people around. And we looked over, we saw one lady in a booth, and said, is it open for stockholders? And they said, yeah, do you have your ID? And Dad had gave us a ticket thing that each kid was supposed to have. And she took them, she goes, okay, enjoy your day. We're like, okay. We walked in. We walked like, it's like a mini Disney. It had like a Main Street USA. We walked down that, and kind of looked in stores. We never saw a soul. We walked by 4 or 5 rides, and we'd see a person at the rides. Nobody was riding anything. We're like, what is going on here? So finally, we got brave enough. We walked over by one. It was a little bitty roller coaster. and said, is this open? And the guy goes, oh, sure. Goes, I didn't know anybody was even here yet. See, he goes, yeah, get on in. And so we rode that. We went around, it stopped, and there was like about 12 cars lined up. He says, you can't just ride right through, but if you want to get out, just run up to the front cars and get in. He says, we'll just send you away. So we proceeded to ride that like 10 times and still hadn't seen any other kids. So we rode 4 or 5 other rides like that. Finally, we went over by the bump cars and we got in line to get it. And then about 4 kids popped up and they're like, oh, we thought we were the only ones here. So they ran on and got on the bump cars. So we had like 7 cars going. And then they followed us around for a while going on different rides. So there was at least some kids together. We did that. It was literally in the hundreds of rides we rode that day. Well, talk about a dream, especially for a young boy to ride all those log rides. We were soaked to the bone because that one they could let you just go straight through. And oh my gosh, we'd step and, we had old Converse tennis shoes and you just step down and the water just soaking out of you, just pouring out your shoes. So that was a great time. We had a blast with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a great memory.
So
we're
mine ran long. Sorry.
We're getting at 20 minutes, so we probably better wrap it up. But we will see you all tomorrow. We'll go on to the rest of the video, and bye.
Peace.
I have trouble wrapping this up. Today we decided to eat at Taco Bell for Labor Day. We had another plan, but when I planned it, I wasn't thinking about it being Labor Day, and everywhere we were going to go was closed. Craig wanted to get some hot sauce for his... Mild. Oh, you chose mild sauce? Okay. I thought he was going to get hot sauce. He just wants some mild sauce. We decided to just have lunch at Taco Bell today. We haven't been here for a long time. And then we need to go to Walmart to get a few things. And then we'll probably just go home because I want to get my decorating finished today and get my house put back together. What do you think, Craig? Are you having a good Labor Day?
Yep, good Labor Day.
What would you like to do today?
Make pork and beans.
Oh yeah, we're going to make beans on toast for supper.
Beans on toast for supper.
Yeah. And we've actually done that before. It's been a while ago. We'll show it in the video. It's pretty simple, and it's actually a fun recipe. I'm going to give you a pan around of the restaurant. It is...
Get 2 mild ones?
Yeah, you can get 2 mild ones. Craig has never asked for taco sauce before, and I'm wondering if he knows what it is. We'll find out. He does like... he's starting to like spicier stuff.
Yes, sir.
But it's about 11:15, and it's just totally quiet in here. There was one other family, but they left. But even the kitchen is quiet. Oh, there's our order. Here's our order. Does that look like $29 worth of food? I swear it's not much cheaper to eat here than it is for us to go to a sit-down restaurant. I got the chalupa. Is it a chalupa? Yeah, I got the chalupa supreme with some chipotle sauce. And Craig got the Dorito Locos taco with no lettuce. That's the only Mexican food Craig ever eats, and I would loosely call it Mexican.
One on mild sauce, please.
Okay. Do you need help?
Yeah.
Okay. And I got my favorite pintos and cheese. And we got some nachos, some tortilla chips and cheese. That is a very small thing of cheese. But I guess there's not a lot of tortilla chips either. Craig, let me see your taco for a minute. Look, there's the amount of meat. There's very little meat in there. But I do love Taco Bell, so I guess we'll have to put up with it. Craig, how is your taco?
Good.
Do you like it with the taco sauce on it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, Craig, can you give us a review of Taco Bell?
Taco Bell is the best place. The real tacos taste delicious. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, and a Craigie Vanderbilt seal of approval.
It did taste good, but when I was almost done, I realized that instead of a chalupa, they actually gave me a gordita, which was kind of sad. I kept wondering why it just didn't seem right, but it was still good. I just really loved the chalupa. All right, Craig, should we go to Walmart now?
Yes.
I may be crazy going to this Walmart on Memorial Day, but I didn't want to drive to Indianola to go to Walmart, so we'll see how crazy it is in here. Of course, I had to check to see if they had any other decorations here. Look at this. It's a Halloween mushroom garland. That's funny. I decided I'd really like a bat garland. I have this cat. You'll see that in my video soon. My goal today is to finish decorating. Like that. Craig's discovered there's something he needs. Oh, he's getting some more of his Harry's body wash. And this is the best scent. I also needed some new dry shampoo. I'm trying this. It smells really good. I hate the smell of some of the dry shampoos. And I buy this Temptations cat food, and I use it for treats for the cats. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It actually has some of the Temptations treats in it. I wouldn't feed this to the cats because they would probably eat it really fast, but it works great for treats. It's much cheaper than buying the little bags, so. I've been looking for some fall wax scents. I usually just like the ones that are apple or cinnamon. They have these spooky scents. This one isn't too bad. And none of them are terrible, but it's not the scent that I'm looking for. But they are in really cute containers. Look at these onesies. Look at the sloth. Here, I want to see the head. Can you hold it up for me?
Okay.
Yeah, oh, that's cute. And they have Winnie the Pooh over here. And Grogu. There's a cow. Cow's cute. And lamb. I like lamb chop. That's really cute.
Llama.
Oh, it's a llama. Oh, of course. Why did I think it was lamb chop? It's the eyes. And then Nightmare Before Christmas, and they have some fun Halloween shirts. I'm here for the booze. I think the onesies are cute, but they're always too hot for me to wear. They have some cute holiday skeleton, family skeleton pajamas. Here's some more of the Halloween shirts. First, Craig has to check out these DVDs. Let's see what he's looking at. Paws of Fury. Have you seen that before?
No.
Nope. This is a really cute Halloween set. It's a lightweight, like, sweat. It's just a hooded, I guess it's a sweatshirt. It's not real heavy like a sweatshirt are. Sometimes I like the polka dot leggings. Craig says I'm getting distracted. And this is the kind of bread that we get for making our beans on toast. It is a little expensive when you only get half a loaf, but it's worth a splurge once in a while. This bread is amazing. Well, I wasn't wrong about this place being crazy. This aisle is not so bad, but it's pretty crowded in here. These muffins are really delicious. I really like these. I like to have them for breakfast sometimes. I actually think Craig would probably eat these too. They are 110 calories for a muffin. There's the nutrients. Craig's getting his secret sauce.
Spicy.
Which one do you want?
The smokehouse one.
Oh, I thought maybe you tried the spicy. Let's see. This is what Craig likes to eat with his chicken strips. The produce is always the craziest area here. So many people. But we found the bananas. Craig, can you pick out some bananas for me? Can you pick some bananas? Good job. We are currently waiting in line. Here's what we're buying today. Craig's doing a good job waiting patiently. Walmart has so many self-checkouts, but they never have them all open.
Okay, one of our viewers sent us a little solar powered fountain. So I've got it. Nancy had this bowl from back at our other house. I've always liked this.
It's a planter. Yeah, I love that color.
So I kept it and everything. You've got another little planted one back there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a little trouble figuring out the pattern. It comes with a whole bunch of different sprayers and everything.
I think that's a good one though.
Yeah, this is none. It doesn't have anything.
Oh.
It's just got a little bit of tube. And yeah, it's not splashing out right now. That's the biggest thing. If you see the ground, it has been just pouring all over the ground and anything. One of them I had with a narrow one I was worried about because it's an inch down in there to the top of the tube. So I'm not really getting anything up high. But if you get it up high, it's just like I had, it's gonna blow out. This will be okay. Stupid sweat bees. Get away.
Bees are everywhere.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. They're not the kind that they're I always call them sweat bees. I don't know what they actually are. It's like this. If you film him in there, see him?
Can't tell.
There's not a yellow jacket because I got a yellow jacket trap up and there's nothing in it. But anyway, I've got this. This is working pretty good. This pot is really deep, so there's not going to be any birds that are going to go in it to take a bath. I have emptied out the water in my bird bath to see, and the one I've got on a railing. I always have a couple when it's really hot in the summer. That way the birds, they're going to be more forced over here. It's got a good lip. Most of the birds are going to be able to sit on it as long as the water's high. So it's one of them. I'll have to check it in the morning and in the afternoon. For now, the sun's about right at that angle. But once that sun goes past noon, I'm going to have to bring that out and put it out here. So
Put it on the other side.
yeah, so I might try to get some kind of a mount that would keep it like up behind it straight. That way it'd catch it at about 10 o'clock and it'd be good till till the sun goes behind them trees, probably about maybe 3 o'clock in the summer. So yeah, it's working out really good though.
So what did you have to do inside?
Well, right now you're in the sun. See, that was good.
Well,
See?
I was trying to see the
if
inside.
you ever have one of these and you try to work on them and everything, you just flip the solar thing down. That's a nice thing.
It's pretty cool
about the solar
how that
thing.
works.
Yeah, and this is a bigger cell. But you can see you don't have to block very much of it. See, I don't have enough, but the water is really high, so it's got to push its way out. So I've seen some of these actually that they have a battery and then the solar panel keeps a battery charged up and it'll bubble well into the evening that way. But birds aren't out in the evening, so you don't really have to worry about it. All you're doing is making sure that the raccoons can hear the water.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come. That's gonna be the problem. That's where like my one on the side, the raccoons drink it dry every single night. It's completely dry. So.
Oh, sometimes in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, that's well, you mean when they come and drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come pretty early anymore.
The raccoon never comes to drink out of that thing that I've ever seen during the day. He's more interested.
Yeah,
in
he's looking for food.
trying to be coy and get up here and get some sunflower.
He knows there's a smorgasbord.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it works out really good.
Yeah. It's very peaceful sounding. Oops. Keep walking in front.
You need, if you want. See, there you go.
It's very peaceful and relaxing sounding. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It'd be one of those that'd be kind of cool if I found something, and maybe even with a toy or something I could do and have that actually go up into it, and then it would come down over like in a bubble. Then I think you'd really start getting hummingbirds to come and land on it. But whether I do that with this one or I'd get another one and try that down the road.
Yeah.
Your pot's not. You just put that glass thing out here.
I just
in the
to
shade.
see if I wanted to see if that sunflower would grow any bigger, any faster.
Leave it there for
Okay.
now because it's been in the
This is
house.
our sunflower that we've been growing in the windowsill.
Just leave it there for now for one day. And then you want to move it out into the sun. That way it hardens off with with the outdoor temperatures and everything.
Today we're making beans on toast.
We made this, it's been a few months back. But I know there's new people on our channel, so we are going to make it again because we like it.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing for Craig to make. We like to use this rustic bread. But if you had a bigger family, you'd probably want to use something different because this bread's pretty expensive for half a loaf of bread.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
And we also like to use the Nathan's Franks. We have some extra sharp cheddar and some
Baked beans.
Bush's baked beans. The first step is to put cheese on the bread.
Okay, here.
Let's see. In order to, I kind of like to cover the surface so that the beans don't soak into the bread. Okay, so we've got that done. And now the next, you get the beans over there. The next step is to spread the beans on top. Craig always has to snitch some.
Man, even spilling him.
Yeah, we'll clean them up. Okay, let's spread them around now because you may have enough beans there. It's quite a bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's spread them just a little bit more. Here, let me see the spoon. You can clean that up while I do that. Okay, now we need to slice the hot dogs. Okay, so I'm having Craig cut the hot. You're doing a good job cutting it into slices. And you'll see what we were talking about this last night. Craig doesn't hold on to what he's cutting with the other hand. But it worked out good for that. Okay, now we'll set it on top of the beans. All right. I think that's everything. We set it into the, might need some help there. See if you, can you set it in, drop it in there, buddy? There, perfect.
Oh. Drop some of the beans.
Oh, that's okay. I think it looks good. Now we put it in the air fryer. Turn it on.
Air fry?
Yes, air fry.
What next?
So yeah, just set the temperature. That's good. And then we'll do 5 minutes and see what it looks like. Okay. We've got it 5 minutes, and now we will wait after 5 minutes, we'll check it and see if it needs to be cooked anymore. As you can see, I'm coming along nicely on my decorating. This is my 2-tier tray. I've got it turned. And I'll show you the rest when I get everything done. But it shouldn't be much longer. Right now I'm pretty much just cleaning stuff up. Here it is after 5 minutes. It looks like one of the hot dogs got away. I think maybe we'll do a little more time. Maybe we'll try 3 more minutes. Now it looks done to me. Now the trick is getting it out of here in one piece. It's very hot, Craig. Be careful.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I can do it.
It's a big bite.
Tastes good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be eating mine pretty soon. There is a simple and delicious dinner. I'm going to put mustard on top of mine. Craig, have you seen the movie Music Man?
Nope.
Do you know the songs from it?
Trouble, 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 trouble.
Who is your favorite Smurf?
Papa Smurf. You see, he invents things.
Can you name the other Smurfs?
Jokey Smurf, Smurfette, Brainy Smurf, Greedy Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, Hefty Smurf. You know the rest.
Okay, and someone requested that you play a song on your steel drum. Can you get that out and play us a song? Very good.
Mm-hmm. Chickadee, Criminal Mastermind by Monica Sylvie and Elena Ellis. The force is a criminal, a real rapscallion, an all-around bad seed. Me. And no one knows who I am because I wear a mask. Chickadee-dee-dee. I know what you're thinking. How could you have fallen into the life of crime, Chickadee? This is my story. I grew up in a little house at the top of an alder tree with loving parents who fed me bugs. Here. And yes, I was a cute baby. Beep, 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 beep. Oh. My parents warned me never to leave the safety of the forest. And don't you go anywhere near those houses. I was a good nestling who always listened to their advice. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. After a long and happy childhood, I finally left the nest on my 16th day. Call me! Whee! That summer before I was free as a bird, learning to catch bugs and hanging around the forest. But then came winter. A shocking thing happened. Cold flakes fell from the sky. A lot of them. It became way harder to find food in the forest. One stormy morning on my rounds, I spied something strange near one of the houses. Wait, wasn't there something I was supposed to remember about houses? I always checked it out. It was a vault of gold, and I stole from it. I know what you'll ask me next. How do you do it, Chickadee? How does a criminal mastermind like you steal gold from a vault? Let me demonstrate. First, I scout the area, checking out my target from every angle. Then I swoop it from the prize and make it my escape. One more successful snatch, I am the king of thieves. I have many secret hiding places in the forest where I keep my stolen treasure. Hundreds, really. But don't worry, I can remember every one. Between these twigs. Here in the crack, here in the woodpecker's hole, under the leaf, under this branch, in my secret lair, in my crevice, in a hole, under a bark, here. You might think that life as a masked villain is exciting. Clarence, look out, little bird! Hog on the wing! Chickadee-dee-dee. Mama! Forward again. Thank you, mysterious stranger. But really, it's just lonely. I know what you're wondering. How do you get away with it? How do you avoid justice, Chickadee? Let me show you again. This time in slow motion. I fly out to the vault and... Look at Chickadee! He's so cute! Ah! I've been spotted. Wait, cute? I'm not cute. I'm a rapscallion, an all-around bad seed. Yay, a bird finally found the feeder. Feeder? What's a feeder? I consult Undering Dictionary. Oh, that means I am not. Well, there's only one thing to do. Free food, chickadee-dee-dee. And so it turns out I'm not a criminal after all. I'm not a rapscallion. I'm not even a birdseed. I'm just a little bird being a bird. But maybe I finally make a friend. Hi, I'm a chickadee. And I'm a good egg. Hello, I'm Dee Dee, and I'm a spy. The end. And this is Craig A. Farris saying, Keep on having a great day and happy Labor Day.